Thanks for watching The 9.
All right, while home listings have increased over the last few months, still very few homes available to buy this year compared to last year. Realtor James Danley is here. James, I talked to somebody the other day who said, I cannot find a home, and homes that I do find, there's like 50 offers by the time you make a call. What is going on out there? It just feels impossible to buy a home right now.
Ryan, it's good to see you, brother. So like we talked about before, the last 2 years I've been saying, like, while interest rates were high, people should be buying because a lot of the buyers were on the sidelines waiting. And so this spring has been the strongest start to a spring market we've seen in a long time. And the inventory is just extremely low. So we have 12% less inventory active for sale homes this year than we did last year. And to put that into context, before COVID hit, we had and this is like southeastern Michigan, we had like 37,000 homes on market, like available for sale. We have like 17,000 right now. So it's like literally less than half the number of homes for sale than we had prior to COVID. So inventory just keeps getting less and less.
Do you attribute that to the interest rates right now? I mean, if you're locked in to a mortgage at 3 or 4% or whatever the case may be, are you just not selling your home?
Yeah, most people are staying put until they absolutely need to move, which is causing challenges. Also, like in Metro Detroit, we're not building and adding additional housing inventory to the marketplace, and we haven't been for a long time. So that's like the last decade has led to this inventory shortage, which exasperates, the current market circumstances.
And if you are considering selling your home, you look at whatever real estate website you look at, you see what's next to you, and you're like, oh man, I could get X, Y, or Z for my house, but where do I go after that? Like, you want to move somewhere. So I mean, even if you're selling your home, if you think you can get a good deal on your house, it's hard to find a new place to live.
It is, yeah. So with a lot of our clients, we'll help them position and sell their homes for maximum dollar, and then we negotiate occupancy after selling the home, and then usually the ability to rent back if we need to, and that gives us a long enough time frame to then hunt the right property down for them to transition into. So it's a little more challenging to navigate. You need a competent professional to guide you through it, but we can make the process pretty smooth.
First-time home buyers, what would you suggest to them? I feel like there's a lot of young people out there, right, wrong, or indifferent, that just feel completely overwhelmed by this housing market, and a lot of older people as well. Sure. Completely overwhelmed by this market. They feel like home ownership is completely an unattainable thing.
I think it's going to get harder in the future, too, because rates right now have ticked back up. They're around 7%. They were down at 6.5%. If rates come down substantially, it's going to push pricing higher. So I think that, if you need to get into a house the next 3 to 5 years, the sooner you can do that, this year would be more ideal than next year, because eventually the Fed's going to bring rates down for sure.
What about, sorry, continue.
And I think that the advice you can give to them is a lot of people will use a real estate agent that's a friend or a family member, and that might not be the most competent person to help them properly navigate a market like this. I think that you should hire someone that's competent and talented.
That's a really good point. I think you always want to use somebody maybe, and that might not be the best.
Not in this market.
The best advice in this market, right? And then that can lead to a lot of conflict too, as well, with a personal relationship. Last point I wanted to make about this: what do you feel people should do if they want to buy a house? I don't want to make it seem like it's all doom and gloom. It is not. There are homes out there to purchase, but you just have to act quickly. Is that?
You've got to act quickly. You have to have relationships with the other listing agents. That goes a long way, because we can gather information on bidding war situations and find out really what the seller wants as far as price, terms, timeline, and then we can custom tailor that offer to make sure we win those bidding wars, which we do a lot of times. And the agents that are at the top of the game, we all know each other and we communicate a lot, so we have an advantage for sure for our clients, and it positions us to navigate those challenging situations a lot smoother. It's just the reality of the market.
Final question, and we're up against it, I'm sorry. Whether it's range of price in houses that are just hot right now.
Yeah, so it's funny because everyone talks about entry level, that $250,000 mark, but really the $500,000 to $800,000 price point, like southeastern Michigan, is like everyone wants move-in ready done, and there's like no good inventory. So we've created a ton of bidding wars this year on product in that price point and gotten pretty crazy numbers for sellers. Like, it's an ideal time to sell, and then you can lease for a few months, or we can buy something in the fall when the market slows down. It could be a good combination of sell and then buy.
Great stuff. James Stanley, where can people find you?
LiveWorkSell.com or 248-671-3092.
LiveWorkSell.com. Great website.
Thanks, man.
Lee?